How you doing? I am going to review some bad faith arguments I see online, and I am by no means religious. You're going to see some Muslims, and you're going to see some Christians. I don't align myself with either. I'm not even a Jew, but I just wanted to illustrate my frustration when it comes to seeing these types of videos. Okay, so this one comes from Islamic Apex. Now, I'm not much informed with the Injil. I got the Quran, I got the Bible, I got the Book of Mormon. I do not have the, the Jewish book. They're going to mention it in here, but I'm told that the Jewish book is essentially the Old Testament of the Bible. So we're going to jump right into this one, and I'm going to illustrate my problems with this.
All right, we got time for a couple more. All right,
Well,
Anas, you're
we
up,
gotta start.
man. What's up, dude?
So this person jumps right on the call with Apostate Prophet, David Wood, and God Logic. I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm not even gonna try. I mean, he goes by God Logic. I've seen his videos. I'm not really that familiar with David Wood. I know he got into an argument with Muhammad Ijab a couple years ago. Prostate Prophet, I kind of saw rise up the ranks, but I think he's kind of a dickhead nowadays. You know, his one personality trait is hating Islam. And you can hate Islam if you want to, but let's be frank, every religion has their issues and all their problems. And so, essentially, how they treat this man, despite him being like Islamic apex, I don't like the way in which they impose this perfect ideal. Like these apologists, they tend to go up to people and like especially like Muslims or atheists, and they just have a set idea as to what these people represent in their head, and they just argue with the idea, you know? Like I'm confident that all of these people, they're not perfect Christians. Like that's kind of like the whole point, you know? Like it's a journey. There's going to be errors, there's going to be problems. You're not going to know everything about a particular faith. And the fact that these guys are YouTubers and not scholars. I mean, maybe this guy's a scholar. I don't know. I know this guy must have read and, engaged in some debates, but the point is you can't know everything about a particular topic. So, what they tend to do is they just treat them as if like they're arguing with either the Prophet Muhammad or like the highest of ideal as to what a Muslim is supposed to represent. So, all right, let's continue on.
Can you guys hear me?
We can hear you just fine, man. We can hear you just fine.
I was gonna ask about Muhammad in the Bible.
So he goes in and says, I'm going to talk about Muhammad in the Bible. All right? Now, this is where they transition. All right?
Muhammad in the Bible.
Yeah, I was wondering if maybe David Wood or you
Sure,
can.
yeah.
Or,
Okay. If we're gonna do that, sure. Then I would ask
okay.
specifically, where in the Injil does Jesus mention it?
Look at that. He just takes that and he's like, all right, but, and then transitions completely. Now, as far as I'm concerned, a guy who looks into this video for the first time, I think, okay, this guy just came into the video to talk about Muhammad in the Bible. As far as I'm concerned, he just wants to say that, discuss about that, and then leave. He didn't say shit about the Injil. But now he's like, alright, if you want to say this, I'm going to put this as your responsibility to mention what the Injil says about Jesus. Like, these are two vastly different topics, and they just pound it really heavily onto here, and then it starts an entire debate, like argument. Not even a debate; it's just argument. They start arguing with each other. David Wood starts ripping the Quran. Like I know he burned the Quran, but like it is just unbelievably vulgar.
Well, I'm not necessarily talking about the Injil at the moment. I'm
Look,
really
he said I'm not talking about it, so I'm just
referring
referring
to
to the Bible.
the Old Testament.
Yeah, the Old
Well, the
Testament.
Quran
So
says that he's found.
But the Quran said like that's got nothing to do with what he's talking about. He came in to talk about the Bible and Muhammad. He didn't say shit about the Quran. He came in just to talk about the Bible and Muhammad.
In the Torah and the Injil.
Yeah.
yeah,
And
Torah.
then he's like, well, the Quran said that's got nothing to do with the topic at hand.
Yeah, yeah. So Torah in Arabic and Hebrew can refer to the generality of the Old Testament.
Wait, so the Injil is not what Jesus came
Can we
with?
can we
Yeah,
wait, can
you see, like it's just like, or now we're back to the NGO. Like that's not what they're talking about right now. Like why you keep going back to the NGO? Like, like these guys already have a script in their head as to how to disprove that of like the NGO, and they just want to rip you, like they just want to pull you into the domain in which they already have a preset script for talking with. See, these people, like right when he joined in, they're not talking to Islamic apex. They're talking to the ideal as to what a Muslim represents. This guy might not even have read the Injil, but they're just putting this burden on this person because it's like what the hell is going on, you know?
we just deal with the actual like topic? I don't get what you're doing.
We are.
I
That's
just
what
wanna I wanna show where he's at, man. Like why we gotta
I
go
know.
back and
I want to,
like
and I
you always
specifically
want to
asked,
reroute to the Islamic quote unquote
No,
dilemma,
no,
but
but
can we
it's
is
because
this
it's because the Quran itself says that he
Like that's got nothing to do with the topic. Like you may have your reasonings as to why you like bring up the Quran on this topic, but like he came in to talk about the Bible and to talk about Muhammad. All right. Now you may have your own reasons as to why, like, and trust me, I would sure hope that you would have your reasons as to why you would randomly bring up the Injil. I really hope you would, but like to bring that up for no reason, like that'd be erratic. But like, I'm sure you have your reasons. But he didn't come on here to talk about the Injil. He came on to talk about the Bible.
he is found in the
okay,
Torah
that's fine. That's fine.
and the Injil.
That's
That's what,
fine. That's
yeah.
fine. No, that's okay. That's okay. But I want to show you where he is in the Old Testament.
go ahead.
But before you,
See, he's like, I just want to say, like, this is what's going on. This is what I want to pitch. All right, this is what I have to say. And then he says, okay, ready?
Is in the Old Testament.
Go ahead.
He said, go ahead.
before you do that,
Okay, go
And now it's all right. Before you do that,
ahead. He said go ahead. He said go ahead. Can I show you the
yeah.
Old Testament?
Wait, wait.
See, I don't want to do that.
First,
Okay,
Can we go to the
how
Old?
about
see, now he's like first, like it's already trying to like impose like here are the rules and set guidelines you have to follow before you can make your point. He joined to make this point. You allowed this guy to join to make this point. You don't have this like what is it, application to join the call to have this preset status as to what information you have to bring in order to have this. No, you invited these people on. They come on to have their points, and now you're just like, before you get to your point, how about like, no, you probably already have an argument to this topic. Let's have your argument as to what this guy's about to say. You know?
Testament.
how about I want to
Why
make
don't
a
we go to
deal
the
here.
Old Testament?
I want
I
to make
came
a
up to
deal
show you
here.
where he is in the Old
I want
Testament.
to make a deal here. How about this? You show us where he is in the Old Testament, but afterwards you also show us where he is in the Injil. How
no,
about
no,
I
no.
got no
First,
problem with that. I got no
See,
problem.
look, he's like, no, for like,
With
what's
that. No,
unfortunately, this is
this is redundant. You understand what I'm talking? This is frustrating. It's
God Logic channel.
okay,
So,
but apostate
so,
prophet, bro,
so
like
God,
you know,
so
he's
God
better than you.
Logic.
So can I just show you? I mean, I'm up here to show you where he is in the Book of Psalms. So
isn't the Book of Psalms mentioned in the Quran?
it quotes things that are within it in which God revealed.
Why does he quote it?
What
and why do you
because
bring
there
the
is.
Psalms
Can
now?
I
Okay,
can I
wait.
answer
Hold on,
logic?
AB.
Can I
Why?
answer logic? Okay.
Yeah. Why does he
Yeah,
quote it?
because you're
see, look, it's like, why does he quote it? And listen, I already watched enough of these videos to understand why he's asking that question. Why is he quoting it? Oh, because the Quran relies on the Bible to hold some historical truths, but the Bible is still corrupted. Oh, so that the Quran says the book is corrupted, but we rely on the Quran to say that it's corrupted, and we have to presuppose the Quran is correct for like it's this whole thing that it's already like it's a little black hole that he's trying to lure him into that argument. Why do we got to look at the Bible to validate the Quran if the Quran says it's corrupt? Like this, like you get it? Like you understand why it's frustrating? Like he's gonna keep
the
trying
Zabur
this.
that you
Look,
have, the Psalms that you have, there is truth within it. That doesn't negate that it's corrupted though.
So is the Quran appealing to my Psalms that I have, or what?
That's not appealing. No,
But
it's
you
not.
want
When
Appealing.
it
you
said
want
when
to
it
show us Muhammad in the
see,
Psalms.
look, they're just roping him back into this. Like, look, like I told, like it's already a script that they have, and they're trying their best. They're even trying to like leak some of that stuff to tease him and lure him into an argument.
I want to show you where he is in Psalms. Yes,
What is it referring to?
from the Psalms I have. What are you
dude.
talking
Okay, they're not mutually exclusive. He can still reveal to David the Zabur the
Uh-huh.
Psalms in which David got from God, and
Uh-huh.
also quote things in your corrupted books that have truth in it. They're not
So
mutually
But is
exclusive.
but
I
hold
have
on.
the
Is it,
Psalms right here in one book. So you want to show Muhammad in the Psalms, but you're
Yeah.
also saying that this
Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. All right, I'm back. Here we go.
book is corrupted.
Yes, because there's truth in your book, and
And by the way, just so that we have some like evenness between us, I have a video right after this in which Muslims are committing the same amount of bad faith, except it's a little more it's a lot less like nuanced than this. There's no mention of the Injil. It's just stupid vocabulary, but we'll get to that when we get to it.
there's also falsehood. I don't see the issue. Can I
that
show
he
you where
gave?
he is in the Psalms, the
Hold on,
apostate
no,
prophet?
it's going to be the Injil first. I already told you that.
See,
I'm
look,
curious.
look,
hold on.
I'm sure.
it's got to be the Injil first. Why does it have to be the Injil first? He came to talk about the Bible and Muhammad. That's what he came to talk about.
Avery
He's
will-
curious.
I'm,
He's curious.
I'm
Just
sure.
hold on a
He's
second,
I'm
curious.
sure. I'm sure Avery
He's
will do us a
curious.
favor and do
Let
that.
me
But
show you.
however,
AP, don't let logic do this to you, man.
I just want to just for clarification, where does he say that he's mentioned in the Psalms? Where's that? What
Well,
verse
I'll
is
tell
it?
you, yeah, because he says that he's mentioned in the Torah, and I can prove to you that Psalms is actually the Torah, even according to Jesus. So
that is
now, David,
that's very
hold
strange.
on, wait,
Very
hold on.
strange
Can I? Can I?
Look, he's already shaking his head before they even illustrated. Like we're 3 minutes in, right? They haven't turned a single page in the book. All they've been doing is talking over him, imposing rules on this guy when they invite these people on to talk about a particular topic and they won't let them talk about a particular topic. Like you gotta talk about some other stuff. Like you gotta drag down this whole road down of like redundancy to finally get to what you want to talk about.
Can I speak? Can I speak?
This is
Can I
precisely
speak?
why I asked you the
Can I speak?
question earlier about the Psalms.
I see what Anas is saying.
See, they're emphasizing. Look, we asked you 3 times about the Psalms. Like turn a book, let the guy speak. You know.
Anas is saying that in generality, sometimes the Torah or all of the Old Testament books are encompassed as the Torah. You kind of
Correct.
see an example of this in the Hadith where where Muhammad goes up to a group of Jews and they say or he asks them, am I in your Torah? And they say yes, and they start quoting Isaiah 42 or what seems to be
And Isaiah, yep,
Isaiah
exactly.
42, right? So,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
but he calls it the Torah. Now, either Muhammad's making a mistake, or he's just using a general understanding that all these books together can also be referred to as the
Yes,
Torah.
they can. Correct.
That's the position that Anas is taking.
Thanks for
So he's
understanding.
saying that in light of this, the Psalms can also, because it's part of the Old Testament, be grouped in under the category of Torah in general. That's what he's saying.
Correct.
So,
Correct.
and he
Correct.
doesn't have a bad. He doesn't. He's not wrong on that.
I think
Yep.
it's, I think it's
There
very
we
wrong.
go.
See,
There
look,
we go.
they established. Hey, listen, you're not wrong. And look, he's happy about that. Look at him. He's smiling.
There we go.
He's happy
AP,
about it.
if you're curious, I can
Hold
go to
on,
Psalm
dude.
74.
Anas, relax, dude. Take your time. Look,
Relax.
you have my word. You will be able to go to Psalm 74 first.
Yes.
Where is it mentioned in the
Just brought up the Injil again, dude. We're not talking about the Injil right now. That's not what's on the discussion.
Injil?
So when you say word is mentioned in the Injil, I assume you're meaning Injil, you saying New Testament, no
Well,
problem.
that's what you said
So-
Injil was. So
Injil, listen, I'm gonna clarify. Injil can refer to what Jesus Christ had with him, and it
Mhm.
can also refer to the corrupted.
See, now this is now this may not be relevant, but like this is just another a dumb thing to just start an argument about.
go to Psalm 74 first.
Yes.
Where is it mentioned in the Injil?
So when you say word is mentioned in the Injil,
I assume you mean Injil
you meaning
as the New
Injil, you saying
Testament.
New Testament,
Yep. I assume that you mean it as New Testament.
no
Well,
problem.
that's what you said.
So
Well, that's what you said, dude. Bruh. Yeah. You don't say.
Injil was. So
Injil, listen, I'm gonna clarify. Injil can refer to what Jesus Christ had with him, and it
Mhm.
can also refer to the corrupted scriptures in which Christians have with them currently, or even like 7th century Arabia. So
got it.
let's say, where is he in the Injil? Now,
Mhm.
let's define Injil now as what you have with you guys, which is the corrupted scriptures. Go to Matthew 22.
Okay. So
Yeah.
Matthew
And
22.
Matthew 22 goes in hand with Psalm 74, actually, ironically. So,
All right, cool. So Matthew 22.
yep.
Boy.
Jesus is in, or Muhammad is mentioned in Matthew 22.
Not by name, not by name. by
Oh.
description and character stuff. Yeah.
Ah.
The New Testament.
Like, that's odd. Like I don't know why this keeps like this is the second jump cut, and this is why I don't want to take sides on the matter because everyone likes to jump cut shit and just like edit out certain arguments because for all we know they could have read out Matthew 22. They really could have read it out and then just made their argument to establish that. So this whole I cooked could just mean nothing because they just cropped out the answer. But then they just start arguing again.
Or
What,
what-
what verses? What verses?
Hold on. Wait. Relax.
What verses? They already said he already said twice what verses. There's the Psalms and then there's Matthew. But now it's like what verses? They already said what verses.
Relax. The
No,
Quran does not.
no,
Wait,
no.
guys.
You keep
wait.
saying things and you
Can
do
I
not
talk?
support it.
Can I
Where
talk?
does the Quran? I'm
David,
asking
relax.
you,
Relax.
dude.
Relax.
Innovators.
Relax.
I'm not the one who needs to relax, bud.
Still waiting for the answer.
What
Is-
answer? What answer?
Is he mentioned in as Ahmed in the Injil? Yes or no?
7:157 written down with them in the Injil. That's where we find Muhammad.
Okay, but it does.
Damn, look how angry this man is for no reason. Like we're here to have a good discussion.
Doesn't say that Jesus called him Ahmed in the Injil that you have. Yeah, so
I-
David made
I
a
read the
blunder. David
prophet
blundered. Yeah.
in their
I didn't
Injil.
blunder.
He didn't make a
Yeah,
blunder.
you did. Absolutely, you did.
He didn't say that.
Yes, he did.
Ahmed
I'm
itself
talking
is
about
counting him.
7:157 saying that we
7:157
find-
does not say that
find-
Ahmed's
that
written
we
there.
find-
Hold on. David was lost. Let me address a couple things.
You've asserted that you can just say it without pointing to the text.
Hey,
Relax.
stop saying
Relax.
relax.
Stop saying
Stop saying
relax.
relax.
No,
Relax.
you
are
gotta
always being
relax, bro.
deceptive.
You gotta
Dude,
relax.
dude,
Look, there we go.
Stop
Look at that.
saying
gotta
relax.
He's saying stop saying relax or I'm gonna rip your Quran.
Stop saying
You gotta relax.
He's already
Stop
ripping.
saying
You gotta relax.
He's already ripping.
Stop
Oh, you
saying
see that?
relax.
No.
See why this guy needs to relax? Like like this isn't what a relaxed person does. He doesn't just grab the Quran and just start ripping the damn pages. Like, come on now. What's the hell? What the hell is the matter with these people?
Hey,
Wait.
David.
Do it.
You see
Look,
the
they're even telling him, David, chill out. David, what are you doing?
Don't do it. Quit talking.
See that? Quit talking. I'm gonna rip up your whole like traditional scripture. Like, come on now. This is just ridiculous. Now to even out the playing field, I'm gonna bring up a Muslim doing a bad faith argument. All right, it's right here.
Do you know God?
This time it's given by the person who was responsible for doing this one.
When I watch Hajj, I see
You know, Dawa wise. You know, I'm not. But here we go. All right. This one is a little foolish.
Do you know God exists?
Yeah, I do believe God exists.
What's his name?
God.
Like that's got, what's his name? Something unfathomable having a name. Like I get it, you know, it's either Yahweh, Allah, something like that. But like, there you go, God. I've asked this question to a religious person before. Hey, what do you call your God? Oh, we just say God, you know, because like, you know, and I even told them like, you know, the Christian faith they call him Yahweh, but you know, but they just say, you know, but we just call him God. And I'm like, you know, fair enough, you know, fair enough.
God's not a name.
God.
God's not a name. What's a name? A word or set of words by which a person, animal, place, or thing is known, addressed, or referred to. So what are you talking about? God is not a name. God can definitely be a name.
Your name is.
Muhammad Umar.
No, that's not your name. You're a man.
That's not even equivalent. Like a man could be a name to a set category as to how a human can manifest itself in terms of reproduction and, you know, chromosome base and stuff like that. Like it's a name that we impose on a set thing, you know. But like in terms of what he's referred to as, he's referred to as
His name.
God.
God's not a name.
God.
Your name is.
Muhammad.
Muhammad
No.
Umar. He's referred to as Muhammad Umar. Like you can't just go up to people and say, "Man," you know. As far as I'm concerned, these two people refer to one God because listen, they say God. They don't say gods. I mean, there's gods right here, but they just refer to gods as a possession to a name. But like, if there's only one God, what other necessity is there for there to be any other name? If you say God, we all know what you're referring to.
Oh, that's not your name. You're a man.
Your name is.
Your name is man, not Muhammad Umar.
Why did you say that?
Because you said God is a name.
No, God is a single entity in this whole universe.
What's his name?
God.
See what I mean?
See, like, what do you mean? Like, you're looking off to the side, dismissing, like, see what I mean? No, we don't see what the hell you mean. You're just being arrogant. Like, come on now. You really looking at me like you're all confident in your stance? We know what he means when he says God. You know, God can definitely be a name. Why? Because there's only one God. Man cannot be a name because which man are you talking about?
I mean, do you know logic?
No.
Do you not logic? Look at that. He just insults the man. Just insults the man, but he says the ex-Muslim gets disrespectful.
Let's say prove to me why Islam is the word of God.
Why getting angry? Calm down.
No.
See, look, you insult him, you trigger him into being angry. He tries to level himself out.
Calm down.
No.
Look,
Why getting angry? Calm down.
No.
Look at
The
this.
word of God.
Why getting angry? Calm
Hang on.
Prove to me
Look,
why
look,
Islam.
look.
Let's say
Look, he like stutters, he tries to repress, and then he just says, alright, let's get back to the discussion at hand. He says I, stutters, cuts it off, and then he goes back to the basis. Prove to me how Islam is the word of God. And then instead he fishes for that emotion and says, why are you getting angry? What do you mean? You just asked me, do I not logic? That's not a productive way to incite a conversation.
Islam is the word of God.
Why getting angry? Calm down.
No, I'm
Look
not.
at that.
Angry.
Do you
Calm
know
down.
the difference between a noun and a...
You're just trying to avoid this question.
No, I asked you God's name, and you said God.
Muslims try to avoid all this bullshit of Islam.
I don't know why this dickhead is laughing. This guy's got nothing to say about anything. That's why he's not even in the conversation.
Wait. If you're not going to talk respectfully, then go away.
Okay.
Look, he's like, if you're not going to talk respectfully, you haven't even established a respectful basis for you to even have a respectful conversation. You asked the man if he does not logic. You question as to what he means by God being a name. Now, let's be honest. If you want to have the conversation as to whether or not God is like God being an abstraction, because the only way to be a God is to be a God of something, but there's literally only one God in accordance to both of your belief systems. So what necessity is there to be there for a name in God? You know, more often than not, in terms of Yahweh, we don't even think Yahweh is how you pronounce Yahweh. So does it even matter what name we attribute this thing to be?
Thank you.
Bye-bye. The guy doesn't even respect his own parents. How do you expect him to respect...
He's just a dickhead. That's what it is. He just wanted to straw man this entire argument, shoo him away. Like these guys are insufferable. You understand? Insufferable.
religion or Islam?
Insufferable. But anyway, that's all I gotta say on the matter. You know, I illustrated my frustration as to these. I'm trying to collect more, and let me tell you, with all these debates I've been watching, I see them all over the place. I only recently decided to start collecting these and then actually review why these people, like, these are just bad faith in, like, its purest form. But anyway, thank you for watching. Have a good one.